Today we're going to do a ThunderMax throttle-by-wire install on this Street Glide. So let's get started. Bags off. Sit them in a safe place. Remove the seat. We're going to use a number 3 screwdriver. We're going to remove the left side cover. It just pops right off. We're going to want to remove the ECM power fuse. Just push the tab on the bottom, remove the cover. There's a fuse removing tool right on the side of the cover. Clip it onto the fuse, pulls the fuse right out. Okay, with the ECM fuse removed, we can go ahead and remove the stock ECM. Got to separate those, lift it up, it catches on under a tab back here, it lifts right out. Once you get it out, depress the tab that holds the locking bar, swing your locking bar back, and then it comes right unplugged. Now before we install the ThunderMax, we're going to want to add some dielectric grease into the plug itself. Work it down into the sockets, so when the pins go in there, it's down in between the pins and the sockets. We can go ahead and plug the ThunderMax into it. And then we're just going to sit it there, so when we run our harness up for our O2s, they screw into the side here. We've taken these ones and wrapped them with different color tape, so once it's installed on the bike, it's a little easier to see how we ran them. They are marked front and rear. Remove your side panel from this side, pop your cover off. Then we're going to take the end that goes to the ThunderMax unit, put it right in behind the frame rail here. Come right up in front of the caddy for the ABS. Continue to pull them up. And we're going to pick the module up and put the wires for the O2 sensors underneath of the main cabling. It's got the logo right on the top and has a guide key on the bottom, so you can't plug it in backwards. But before we plug it in, we're going to put some dielectric grease on the plug, work it into the sockets a little bit. And we're also going to put a little on the seal. We can just slide it right into the opening in the side of the module. Tighten the screws up. Mount it back in the caddy. Just want to slip it under the tab in the back here. Just to press it down. There's a pin it sits on. Make sure it's all the way down. And you have your O2 wires coming out the side. As long as we're on this side of the bike, what we're going to do is unplug the rear O2 sensor with the wire. Kind of lays down beside the starter. Just lift the tab up, separate them, cover that plug up, and it just gets pushed back out of the way. With the ThunderMax plugged in, it's now safe to install the ECM fuse. Once again, we're going to use a little bit of the dielectric grease. You can stick the prongs right into the grease. Make sure you get a good connection. Then once the fuse back in, we'll go ahead and reinstall our cover. Pop your side cover on, and it just pushes on. You can go ahead and pull the rear O2 sensor wire out. Go ahead and remove the O2 sensor. Usually once you break them loose, they come out pretty easy. If you have any trouble getting it out, and if it seems tight, you might want to break it loose, spray it with some lube, work it back and forth. Because some of the pipes don't have many threads in them, and you don't want to destroy what threads you have. Just go right ahead and put the ThunderMax wideband O2 sensor in. Once again, this one's been taped so you can see where it goes once we have it installed. And we'll just go ahead and snug it up. Make it about as tight as a spark plug. Take the wire, feed it back to the other side of the bike so we can plug it into the module. Okay, we're going to go ahead and attack the front O2 sensor now. We have to free it up from the frame. We'll do that by cutting this wire tie that attaches it to the frame right here. You just cut this wire tie. Same connector in the back, just lift the tab up. We'll go ahead and cap that off. Okay, we're going to slip the wrench on there. Break this loose. Okay, we can go ahead and install the wideband O2 sensor that comes with the ThunderMax. Okay, and then we'll stick our wrench on there and snug it up. Bring the plug up between the frame down tubes over top of the front engine stabilizer. And you can just let it fall to the other side. Okay, and we're just going to replace the wire tie that we cut. Cinch it up. This is our lead coming from our rear cylinder. This is the rear cylinder lead coming from the module. just take the wires and route them back under the box. Mate them up. We'll get a wire tie it right to the bottom of the box. Just kind of stabilize the plug a little bit so it's not rattling around. And with the rest of our wire, we just want to stick it down, it'll go in behind the neutral light switch, down around the starter behind the oil fill. All right, we're going to take the front O2 sensor lead from the module, feed it down behind the exhaust pipe to go right in front of the brake light switch. Then we're going to route it back up and come in front of the transmission and behind the engine. Run the wire for the front O2 sensor, cut the wire tie that's holding the clutch cable, put a new wire tie in there so we can capture our new wire. Make sure you get the clutch cable back in it. Pull that up tight. I'm going to add a wire tie down here lower. Okay, we're going to get underneath here a little bit, pick it back up so it goes on the inside of the frame. Take the wire, put it down behind the stop light switch. Then we have our lead coming from the O2 sensor itself, and now we have our lead marked front from the module, and we can just plug them right in. We want to make sure we keep it behind the frame and above the frame. So you have the stock wiring harness running along here. We can just take some zip ties and zip tie it right to the stock wiring harness. We can get one on the front, work our way back, putting them about every 5 or 6 inches. We'll try to get one wire tie down here as close as we can to the bend. And as you can see, I ran the wire on the outside of the brake line. Keep it away from the engine. Get another one, tie it right to the brake line. Your wires are good and secure. Okay, once you got the physical install of the Thunder Max complete, you want to go ahead and access your USB data port. When you do that, just loosen up your screw, slide the retaining bar out of the way, expose the port by removing the plug, and just plug your communications cable right into it. Now you're ready to plug the other end into your computer, download your desired map, reinstall your saddlebags in your seat, and you're ready to go riding. Thank you.